Hello, everybody. I am going to be coming on live today, and every time I'm about to, channel or talk about whatever topic, a lot of the time I'm channeling who would like to come through and converse with each of us. So this time I'm really excited to introduce my guardian angel, Agnes. She is amazing. For the first half of my life, I didn't even know I had a guardian angel. Hi, everybody. So everybody's coming on. Very exciting. So a lot of people say to me, well, how come I don't get shown my guardian angel? How come I don't know about my guardian angel, this, that, and the other? And I don't hear my guardian angel, and I don't talk to my guardian angel. And I would say, create that stillness within you long enough to sit and feel their presence with you. Ask them to open up, ask them to come in closer, speak with them, let them know you can't hear them or feel them. It's a two-way street of communication. So, when my guardian angel introduced me to her when I was about 27, that was a bit of an eye-opener. That's a vast understatement. Now, why did she introduce herself to me? Because I really needed her in that moment. Like, I really needed that support, because it was pretty rough going at that point in my life. So when that happened, I just sat there and I didn't know what had happened. I was like, okay. So from that point forward, there were two things that I knew in life. Two. One, Ashley, you little rascal, you made it. One is, and everybody's coming on. I love you guys. I see Judy, I see Kathleen and Elmer and Pally. You guys are awesome. Two things I knew in life. One, I was never alone. That is what I knew from that day forward. You know how you think you're all alone in life? No, you are so far from being alone all the time. Like, you are so not alone. And the second thing I knew was that I was loved beyond any comprehension of measure here in this physical realm. I was loved beyond measure. It wasn't even that my guardian angel loved me. It was that she was pure love. Some guardian angels love to come through as androgynous. They literally say that to me. They show that to me. Their energy doesn't feel masculine. It doesn't feel feminine. It feels androgynous, and that's fine. A male, female feel to a guardian angel is how they choose to project their energy, or how they choose to show themselves. I know some mediums, they see the guardian angels as just pillars of light, or and sometimes they do show me just white light, just emanating. But for me, when I relax, I can see their facial expressions. They give me hand signals and gestures. And they give me a look as to how they want me to see them. So then I explain what they look like. It is fascinating. And a few different things that I've been shown from the archangels. I have to ask them, why are you showing me that? And then they explain it to me, why they're showing me what they're showing me, which is really fascinating. So, when Archangel Michael looks up and looks me in the eye, and he's got light blue flames in his eye sockets, I say, what is that? And he explains that that's what he will show to me when he doesn't like what's going on with a person. If a person has an energy that is bothering it, as Archangel Michael says, running amok, right? So if somebody has an ET or some kind of an attachment or something going on with them that is draining their energy or bothering them, maybe it's even there and they don't know it's there, which is rare. It's not like that happens all the time. But when it does happen, that's the look I'll get from Archangel Michael to let me know that we need to do some clear up. But it's a joint effort. So they can clear the energy, but that person has to work on their own vibrational frequency to lift it up so they're no longer a vibrational match for that energy to return. So then they give action steps to the person to do that. So it's really fascinating. Every day for me is fascinating. Even to this day, I learn so much from my team of angels, primarily Agnes. And she doesn't, how do we want to say this? She supports me. She loves me. She helps me see a broader perspective rather than the me, I perspective. And it's fantastic when I talk with her. She shows me this her perspective of this reality that we're in. And she always gives me guidance when I ask for it. She'll even let me know of things that are going to pass, things that are just about to come, when it's beneficial for me or going to be in my highest and best good to know that information. Other times I'll be asking certain questions of what's to come, and she won't tell me. She won't tell me nothing. And I'm not happy about it. But it's not for me to know at that time. So that's that, right? So as I move along, I learn a lot of amazing things from her. Okay, so you know what I asked her? I said, so what are we going to be talking about tomorrow? I have no idea. I haven't got a clue what we're talking about. And she goes, well, it's going to be a surprise. And I said, oh, okay. And she says, you got to keep it fresh and exciting, Kristin. I was like, all right, Agnes, all right. So basically, I'm just going to tune in and see what she'd like to say. And, I listen to her and I chat her up every day, every single day. And if I'm overthinking something or stressed out, or if I'm getting tired and she's like, maybe it's time to go to bed, she'll just gently stroke my face. Feels like energy stroking my face. It's pretty cool. All right. So, oh, wow. She's jumping right in here. All right. She's saying, hello, everyone. My name is Agnes. She wants me to show you guys what she looks like. She presents herself as looking like similar to Lady Galadriel from Lord of the Rings, except she doesn't have pointy ears. Okay, she always jokingly says, "I don't have the pointy ears." Okay, so she'll come through in this way, very direct, a little. I don't know if you want to use the word stoic. Some of the angels are joking and laughing. Sometimes they'll come through because that's what the person needs at that time. Sometimes they'll come through and they're giving me a little attitude and being really direct with me. But that's just how they're choosing to present themselves. Okay. All right. So she's just let me know that she would like me to repeat what she's saying word for word. So that's what I'm going to do. It is an honor to be able to converse with each of you through Kristin. This is a glorious day, is it not? A glorious day. I have been Kristin's, she's saying my name Kristin in this lifetime, but my name has been different names in many different lifetimes. I have been Kristin's guardian angel for many, many lifetimes. This is one of many. And she says soon many to come. She says, for time is just an illusion. There is only this present moment of now. She's also talking about seek and ye shall find. So if you are interested in connecting with your spirit, with the spiritual realm, your spiritual roots, your spiritual team, seek and ye shall find. Those are her words. Okay. Okay. Reach out to your team. Converse with them. Speak with them often. Why? Why speak with them? Why converse with them? Because we are in a free will zone here on Earth, and they will wait until you speak with them, until you ask them. They will wait for your free will in doing so, or to do so is what they wait upon. Okay, and she'd like to talk about something else. So I'm just going to go ahead and relay that. Oh, there is a time coming forward, coming in the future. There is a time, this path ahead. And it is a magnificent one here on the earth plane. Shifting in vibration, lifting up into higher vibrational frequencies within each of you. Higher dimensions. Many of you are ready to ascend. Those of you who are ready to ascend, go back and watch the video material that Kristin has channeled on her YouTube channel in order to locate the material showing you how to ground yourselves, how to gain relief from ascension symptoms, to also come and ground yourselves back into your body, into your bodies, giving you relief, and so much more. She's also talking about EFT tapping to help you with your ascension symptoms. There are many different ways of grounding, which is crucial at this time. She says she's going to take your questions. So I know many of you are going to have personal questions, such as, what is my angel's name? And, so on and so forth. But I'm just going to request that we ask questions that would be beneficial for everyone. And those are the ones that I'm going to gravitate towards so that everybody can glean some guidance and information from your question. And also, remember that if the message is coming through and it's extremely highlighted and you feel very gravitated to that guidance, it is for you. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. I'd love to know the answer too. I don't think I've really asked that one in detail. I've just been hanging on since beginning of March with all these waves of energy coming in. We have 4 waves coming in April. We had 4 in March. And it's like you get back up and here comes the next wave. 2 years ago, we started out with like maybe 1 a month, and then it went to 2 a month, and we went like that for some time. A lot of energy shift. And then now it's ramping up, it's picking up, right? So what's going to happen over the next 6 months? She says, for Jackie or for the whole collective? I think we're going to go with the whole collective. I think she'd love to tell you what you're going to get in the next 6 months, Jackie, but I don't know if we want to go there. So we'll go with the collective. The vibrational frequency on the earth plane is going to lift up, it's going to raise up. Many of you will be wanting to connect with the earth a lot more, growing your own vegetables, purchasing all natural products. You'll feel compelled to go and pick up garbage off the beach or out in your neighborhoods. Planting trees, planting gardens. She says it's all coming back to your roots, because in many lifetimes that you've had in the past, that is what it was like. You grew your own vegetables. You lived off of the earth. It's a reconnection, a rekindling with her, meaning the earth. There's going to be like a softness. She's talking about a softness of energy within each of us. So some of our emotional state that we would have gone to in the past, anger, bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness, a lack of caring for those in your close proximity, you won't be able to operate on that vibrational frequency as you once did. Judging others, giving your opinions, rather than that direction, you will simply help the others for a time. Okay. Many of you will be going inwards more, a lot going inwards. Instead of having expectations of others, and instead of focusing on others giving you the answers to the questions in which you seek, you will be going inwards, for that is where the answers lie. Okay? All right. Where are we going next? In the non-physical, what type of relationship do you have with me? I do this joke when somebody really steps out, when somebody really goes the distance for others. I call them like a saint. I'll say, you're a saint. Many of my friends have heard me say this to them, because I'm like basically saying, you're awesome for stepping up to the plate and helping others and stepping up and stepping out. Or maybe they did something very specific that was really just so amazing. So Agnes is calling me a saint. She's with me everywhere I go, everywhere. From the time in which let's see here, from the time in which my energy was created, she was created in order to be with me. So she goes with me everywhere. There's nowhere I go where she isn't. And that is also with my other guardian angel that I have as well. So she's always with me. She assists me in all of my lifetimes. The really the lifetimes where you have more lessons and they're tougher, she'll step forward more, lean in, and assist me more. She says that she works behind the scene in my life in a way in which we can't even possibly imagine. She can bring certain situations, people, experiences. She gives me a heads up as to what's coming. It's been pretty cool. She'll let me know what's coming up and what action steps are best to take. And she sees herself in a support role for me, for the growth of my soul, the exploration and the growth of my soul. She says that my soul is very explorative. So I like to explore a lot. I like adventures. I like new and different things. I like to help others. It's always a journey. It's a process. But she says it's never ending. You are eternal beings of light and love forevermore. Forever. This idea of time is a 3D, she calls it imagination. Okay? So I don't really get too caught up on like age or anything like that. I'm more interested in sensing someone's energy. What do they feel like? So I sense people's energy far more than, you know, and I also like to sense animals around certain people, because animals are very telling as to what a person's energy is like. All right. She's still talking. She's talking about when my energy was created. She was right there. Some lifetimes, I need her to be a little bit more nurturing or motherly. Other lifetimes, I need her to be more straightforward, straight to the point, tell it like it is. Right? So some lifetimes I need her to be more direct, and other lifetimes I need a softer approach, depending on the lifetime and depending on what is needed in that lifetime, in those experiences in that lifetime. All right. All right. If one of our guides tells us we need to clear an emotional problem to heal an old chronic ailment, how do we determine an emotional problem that could be more than 20 years old? It's all about going within. What rises to the surface? What wound is unhealed? What needs to be let go of? What needs to be forgiven? She's saying that the only individuals that need to forgive is us forgiving ourselves. That's it. Done. Each person on this planet is responsible for their own well-being, their own vibrational frequency. Should they choose to hang on to resentment, guilt, unforgiveness, that is of their own choosing. Leave them be. Allow them to be as they choose. You are responsible for your well-being and your own vibrational frequency, your emotional well-being. Okay? Go within. She says you can sit quietly going within, and whatever comes up to the surface, you're going to write down on a piece of paper, and then you will go ahead and see what is there. And then she says you'll take that piece of paper and you will give it to your team of angels to take. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. Another way you can do it is see what comes up to the surface and then speak to a counselor about it. Get it up and out. Get it out and give it away. She's talking about when you go to a counselor and you're sitting and you're divulging, whatever emotions you wish to discuss, anything at a counselor's office. There's actually a team of angels there in the counseling office they are collecting that energy and transmuting it into the light. So either way, or both. There's something new I'm learning today. I didn't know that before. It's daily. So Colin wants to know, is there anything left on this planet for me to stay for? Okay. She says there is if you think that there is. And she says that is of your own free will to do so. It's also about going within. And what you place your attention upon, what you focus on, is what you will amplify in your reality. What thoughts you focus upon and continue to think, you will amplify, and that is what you will manifest into your reality. So go within, still yourself, go within. And she's really recommending that you start speaking with your team. Speak with them often. Hand off that which is no longer needed. She's saying heavy energy. Hand off the heavy energy. Give it away. It's no longer needed. She's not going to sugarcoat things for you. She's not going to soothe you. You must want to do the inner work and focus on the light. Focus on the high vibrational aspects in your life. And if you can't do that, then bare minimum, go within and just start speaking with your team of angels who will help you get to where you need to go. Thank you, dear one. So, Liz, you've been speaking with your guides and angels, and the 3D world has been overwhelming, and you feel disconnected from them. What do they suggest? She's showing a deck of angel cards. She's also talking about mediumship courses that will help you connect with your team, connecting and being around like-minded, high vibrational beings. So people in your life that are high vibrational is very important for you. Connect with them and connect with no one else other than high vibrational people in your life. What you give thought to is what you will manifest again. She's talking about you being easily swayed, fixating on heavier, more dense 3D things in your life, even obstacles in your life, and you fixate on them. At times it's like, woe is me, woe is me. That's a choice. You choose that. Just like one would choose to say, oh, look at all these horrible things happening on the planet. Look at all the low vibrational people. Look at all the horrendous things taking place. Is that where you want to place your attention? Is that where you want to place your energy? Is that where you want to place your focus? Go within, still yourself, and begin speaking with your team. Practice with your deck of angel cards, connecting with them. Thank you, dear one. I can answer that question, Princess. In regards to energy itself, does everyone feel energy differently? Absolutely. Because depending on what a person's own vibrational frequency is, how open are their upper chakras? How open are their chakras? How far along are they on a path of awakening? How far along are they on a path of ascension? It's all going to determine where and how a person will sense energy. Some people, they come right out the gate and they're clairvoyant. And I was never that way. I was clairsentient, feeling. So now when I'm communicating, I'm feeling, I'm hearing, and I'm seeing. And sometimes they'll pop information into my head, and that's claircognizance, right? Knowing. So I'm using all of my senses when I am communicating with them. Although when I just want to chill out and relax, then I'm just listening to Agnes. I don't have to see anything per se. If she's delving in deep and wants to describe some stuff in detail to me, then I will start to tune in and start to feel. And, if there's another energy that enters the room, I've gotten really good at distinguishing an archangel versus an angel versus a soul versus an ascended master. My Nana pops in. I know when she comes in, she still lectures me about some stuff. Absolutely. So like 2 summers ago, my chakras, like my crown chakra was probably about here. And then it was opened up to about here, right? So then I was able to pick up on a lot more information. All of a sudden I could see the angels doing these hand signals. It was like, what? And I'm learning on the go. Like I'm learning on the fly. I'm still learning. It's a day-to-day thing for me. It's really awesome. So some people might be highly clairsentient. They feel. Some people might be highly clairaudient. They might be getting a lot of ringing, stillness on the side of the head. They might be getting words forming in their ear. That would be clairaudient. Some are very visual. They're getting a lot of, flash of light, or they're seeing certain orbs. Maybe I would say that's clairvoyant. So there will be 2 really strong ones. There's even some people, not many, get a really strong sense of scent. They smell. different smells. And that, I find that really fascinating too. Okay. So I did a big crystal grid today and opened some portals to the angelic realms and asked the connection to the crystalline grid. Did I do my job right? And if any tips on what to do to enhance the connection. Thank you. So whatever your intention is, whatever you place your attention, your focus, whatever you are requesting, so shall it be. So shall it be. That's the answer to your question. Okay? Is there anything that she can do a bit better, a bit more? It's like connecting with your team of angels, okay? Connecting. There's like this strong, I don't know if you are wanting to connect with them, but I can sense that they want to connect with you big time. How do I know that? Even before I'm even listening to what they're saying, I feel this pull off my face, pulling me. Pay attention, come over here. So if you're going through your day-to-day and you're seeing number sequences like crazy, someone's trying to get your attention. Look up number, whatever your number sequence is, look it up as to the meaning. You can look up it up on Google. Okay, 111, 444, 777. And then if you're pulled towards a certain store that sells amazing crystals, go. You're pulled towards a deck of angel cards, you move in that direction. How do you solidify even more so when something is right in front of you? For example, if you're like in a crystal shop and you've got a crystal in front of you and you're very pulled to it, just hold your hand up. Even if you're looking in the phone book, what is the best dentist to go to? But your eye is going right to this one doctor. So hold your hand up, quiet your mind, and allow your angels to guide your hand and pull it to that crystal, or pull it towards that name, or pull it over here to that deck of cards. But this has to be quiet, and you must just relax. Just totally relax. Let them do the work. They'll operate your hand just momentarily and pull it towards wherever they think is best for you to choose. This crystal, that dentist, that deck of cards, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Even if it's up on your laptop and you put your hand up, you allow them to guide you. And sometimes I'll get nothing. That means there's nothing there that they would guide me to. So then I just move on to the next thing. Any advice for those of us that feel they have stopped moving forward on our path? I too have been kind of feeling that way lately. And it's the first time I've felt this way in, I would say, about 2 years. So what that tells me, for me, and this might be for you, is that this is a time of rest. We're not meant to be moving and going, right? So if you don't see me going live as much, it's because I'm being guided to rest. And it's important to rest. We see, I don't think we have an idea of how much energy is coming onto the planet and affecting each of us. We really need to rest at this time. That's all I ever hear from my team, is to rest. For you, Kathleen, it's like a time of stagnancy. But, you know, this is what is meant to be unfolding right now. Just a time of stagnancy or a lull. Let it be. Just let it be. That's what I'm getting. Just allow it to be. When you when your energy kind of picks up and you start getting pulled in a certain direction again, you get that excitement in you and you're like ready to go again, then it's time for you to step off again. My angel's talking about ebb and flow in life, ebb and flow. If we were straight up the whole time, there would be no rest. And we need rest. We need time to ground. We need time to rest. It's okay for a stagnancy. She's calling it stagnancy, but what it is a rest time. And you don't need to worry about getting lost, being on the wrong path, not taking the right action steps. Because your team is going to guide you in the moment when it's time and when it's best. So just relax and just let them guide you in the moment when it's best. All right. Perfect. I love that. I love you making crystal grids like that. That's wonderful. Hey, hey. Any advice on how to let judgmental people go with love having a hard time? Agnes is saying some people will be ascending and some people are not going to be ascending. They won't understand. They won't even acknowledge. They're not ready. Okay, so she's just going to shelf that and let that sit with you. Now she wants to talk about judgmental people. Allow them to be as they choose. She's just reminding you that your own vibrational frequency is solely your responsibility, and what you place your attention upon is solely your responsibility. Just like that person's energy and attention, the complaining, the judging is also their sole responsibility. But she understands that sometimes that can impact or affect those around them. You can call your team of angels in and they will help with that, she says. Okay. And she's like also saying that you can turn your attention and focus elsewhere as well. She says most people are reacting in the world. They are complaining about things and reacting, and why did that person do this or do that, rather than purposely manifesting a desired outcome. So they're reacting, banging into things, and complaining and going that route, rather than saying, okay, I'm not exactly liking this right now, so what am I going to do about it? How am I going to manifest to make this different? What vibrational frequency am I going to bring in? And I'm going to talk with my angels, and I'm going to ask my angels to talk with that person's angels, and I'm going to manifest a desired outcome. Yep. Yes, I will. Isn't that fascinating? Are animals ascending? Are they evolving as well? Agnes just kind of like, well, animals are far ahead, right? They're higher vibrational. They have come here to seek us out, to help us here on Earth. She says, we all know this. They are high vibrational beings of light and love as well. Yes, they are also evolving, growing, shifting in vibration. And a good way to tell when an animal, when you are shifting in vibration into a higher vibrational frequency, the animals will seek you out. So if you find animals or small young children, she's saying, babies are really gravitated towards you, This is a very good sign. Very, very good sign. All right. Moving along here. Kathy, should you have the abdominal surgery or not? What are you feeling when you go within? What are you feeling? Oh, my angel wants me to ask this question because when I was about to have my bowel removed, when the surgeon came in to chat with me, he said to me, so how long have you been suffering with this issue, ulcerative colitis? And I said, 8 years. And he said to me, so can you see yourself going the next 8 years like this? No, I can't. Okay. And then he told me what he saw on the x-ray, and it was serious. So it was made, that question really highlighted the answer as to what needed to unfold. So, you know, how long have you been going, you know, how long? So so that is the question that the surgeon asked me. And Agnes is asking you the same question. Can you see yourself enduring for years to come? She says, you already know the answer, Kathy. She says, you already know the answer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question, Cynthia. I've never asked that question. Do our angels give us the light language? And if so, can we interpret? She's cracking a joke with me. She's like, I prefer to speak English with me. So I'm laughing. Those of you speaking light language are remembering other forms of speech in which you have spoken in other incarnations. This speech, although some may not be understood fully, brings about healing, okay, healing energy, high vibrational frequency. If you feel the need to speak it, speak it. But she's saying don't put it upon people because many may not understand it or understand what you're saying. So if people come to you and they want to hear it, maybe on your YouTube channel, that would be the space. That's your space. That's what you're going to be doing. People know that. They'll come to you to listen to it. But she's talking about a lot of people who are unawake, they're not going to understand what that is. And they're just going to be like, what is that? Right? So have people come to you and come to a space where you speak it, where those who are comfortable listening to it will come. So do you all give this light language over? Or no, it's just, it's a speech that is being recalled or remembered in this lifetime to be spoken. Although there are ETs and other energies, at times angels, that are channeling the speech through a person as well in order to help those in their proximity lift and raise their vibrational frequency and healing them. Wow. Okay, so I'm just moving up, and so how do you know when you're ascending? Okay, so first let's start with awakening, okay? How do you know when you're awakening? When you're pulled to watch channelings like this, when you are looking at YouTube channels, talking about awakening, you're interested in the topic, you have questions, you're curious, you're seeing number sequences everywhere, you're seeing signs and symbols. Maybe you're seeing a lot of feathers. It's a repetition. It's not just feathers. You're getting like feathers, maybe number sequences. You can't get enough of like watching certain YouTube channels talking, or books, reading material. Maybe you're interested in paranormal TV programs. I used to be, I'm not now. But I move in the I've been shifting in the direction of moving away from that. But as you are just starting to awaken, those are some of the signs, right? So as you move along, then we move into ascension. So how do we know when we're on the path of ascension? Well, you would likely have questions about it. You'd be asking, am I ascending? You would say, how does it happen when you are ascending? Do I have to do anything to make ascension happen? Nope, you don't. You don't have to really do anything. When you're ready, when your frequency is ready, you'll start anchoring the light. Well, the three main chakras that the light anchors into, although it's all of them everywhere, but the three main are your crown, your heart, and your solar. So you may feel lightheaded. You might feel a little spacey at times. You might get head pressure. You might get headaches or migraines. I've heard a lot of people tell me that. Chest, heart starts picking up. Things, you might feel anxiety when you normally don't, or if amplified anxiety. Okay, so if that's the case, ground yourselves daily. You can even ask your team, this is a little too much for me right now. Can you shield me a bit? Or I will say to light and love, could you please just step back a bit? It's too much coming into my chakras. And it does. It will step back. Now into your solar, all of a sudden you're going to get waves of nausea. You're not going to be very hungry. You're not going to feel like eating food. And the food that you do eat, if it's really heavy and dense food, texture-wise, actual and vibrationally, then you're probably not going to want to eat it after a time. So you're not going to go for that big steak because it's not going to feel good. Your vibrational frequency is going to drop. You're going to go, oh God, I didn't feel good. Just like, when I say, try to steer clear of drugs at this time if you are ascending, okay? If you're not, go do whatever. It's free will zone, go do whatever. But if you have severe, like intense ascension symptoms and you are ascending, probably best not to touch the liquor or any other substances of choice. I've just heard the angels say this so many times, and I've had people come to me for readings many times, and we look at, okay, well, what ends up happening is you just can't keep going on the same path that you once were on, where you were ingesting these types of substances and foods. In fact, you'll lose the taste for it. You won't feel the good vibrations of what you used to feel from it. So things will just change. You'll just drop away. You don't have to sit there and go, oh, no, because it will just drop away. So you get relief when you go outdoors in nature, like big time relief. That would be a sign that you're ascending because you're grounding. You might get high-pitched ringing in your ear. You might get silence on the side of your head. All of this is communicating with you. The veil is spinning. Ascension is happening, right? Mm. Yeah, Victoria, I could, but today I'm going to go with more like broad questions. But if you sit quietly and tune your mind out and tell them to put a number in your head, go with the first number you get. If you see like 12, go with it. And that will be the number. 2 of those will be your guardian angels, and then the rest are helping you with whatever you have requested in your life. If you are on the path of ascension, you will have angels helping you with ascension in your life. I have ET energies that spend time with me, Pleiadians, because I've had many lifetimes as a Pleiadian. So some of these Pleiadian friends and family members that I've had in these lifetimes are here helping me in this lifetime. And they help me with my food preparation. They'll help me. They'll talk with me. That's not good for you. What do you think about using spring water instead of tap water instead of boiling your food in, right? So they are constantly talking with me. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, okay? Some people are going to stay in the 3D. They're not coming. They're not ready. They'll just reincarnate into another vibrational frequency in 3D. Some people are making it up to the 4D, but you're going to hold your 4D when somebody comes along in your life, right, and pisses you off. Then you're probably going to fall out of the 4D for a little bit and come back up in a day or two, maybe. So do I think that we're all, hanging out in the 4D the whole go around? No, I don't. When you can maintain your own vibrational frequency and you can let go of the heaviness, the diet, the energy, you'll find people will fall away out of your life, and that's all okay. It doesn't feel okay in the moment, but it is going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And that is what I would always hear from Agnes. It's going to be okay. Certain people come in for a reason, some come in for a season, right? So I've often asked, are we going to make it into the 5D this go around? Not likely, no. You may reach there. Are you going to consistently stay there? That is the question. So we're all learning. This is a ring around the rosy. We'll be back again. And we will continuously work on this. What do you want to say about that? She just, well, you covered it. She says, do you want to say anything else on it? Yeah, she's like, you may lift and shift in vibrational frequency higher, but then you go down. And then again, and you might make it for a few days being blissed out, just completely unencumbered by anything. You're probably not going to be online much, but you'll make it for a couple of days. And then you may come down out of it, right? Whenever a loved one is going through something serious, I'm asking for backup. I'm asking for help. And I know that I need to just hand it off. So I just let go. And I trust and have faith that they're going to be taken care of. And whatever happens is what's meant to be. And I just allow my team's nurturing, loving energy to envelop me. And I just try to hold steady as best as I can. But I'll call in everybody. I'll just say, I need help. You only need to ask once. They hear you. And that's my intention. When I ask, that is what I wish for. Some people ask by praying. Some people ask by getting upset. I prefer to just talk with them all the time. And they asked me to in the beginning, and I was like, well, this is kind of awkward. I'm just going to talk to space in my house. right? Awkward. But then I just started to hear them more and more, and it's not empty space, and I know where they are. I know, like, if someone's coming in to visit me, I'll see a white light. I'm not alone, and I just start talking with them all the time. And you can talk with them inside your mind if you want. They'll hear everything you think anyway. So you can just sit and just converse with your angels and just, just sit and try to hold steady. Hold steady. Anytime you're about to go in for any type of procedure or anything's, coming at you, ground yourself and hold steady and ask for support. Oh yeah. If you are it's interesting, rarely do I not see an angel. And that's only happened a few times with me because the person their soul had incarnated in physical form that wasn't Earth. And they called it deep space. The energy was way different than what I was accustomed to. But there was 2 guardian angels, just a little bit of a different frequency. But no matter how I tried, they would not show themselves to me. And I asked why, and they just said, well, you're used to seeing this. You're on Earth, and we don't want to disturb you. And I was okay, fair enough. That sounds good. I didn't see the original bodies that the soul had incarnated in deep space, meaning I hadn't seen that ET. They wouldn't show that to me either. So, they're just not gonna, what was important during that reading was just to relay the guidance. But I wasn't seeing anything. But anything here where we've incarnated a lot, and sometimes I've seen some different ETs I've never seen before. And then the angel always says, well, there's a lot of ETs that you haven't seen before. And I say, okay. I don't think you can force the ascension process. The ascension process isn't going to happen until you're ready. And, if you are interested in ascension, right, you can converse and say, I am interested in that, and then leave it up to them if it's going to happen or not. Your soul may have set forth to come into this life experience, and ascension wasn't going to be part of it. But there is your free will, and you can make that request. It's just, I already know they know what is best for me, so I just go with the flow. I don't try to buck the current or try to make things happen, but I can put in my request. So sometimes, Magdalene, sometimes they're talking with us, but we're not getting it, depending on our own vibrational frequency. If we're like really heavy vibrationally, maybe we've got a really busy mind going on, like 99% of the population. Maybe we're go, go, go all the time. We got lots of sugar and caffeine in us, and we're just going throughout the day. There's not really any room to hear, right? So if we're not hearing certain guidance, it's because we're not tuned into the frequency based on our life choices, such as being really busy, having a busy mind, eating a lot of sugar, drinking a lot of caffeine, and there is no stillness. Our mind is racing with old tape patterns and thought patterns, and there isn't any stillness within ourselves to tune into the frequency. And possibly our vibrational frequency just needs to kind of come up a bit. What are some of the ways that you can raise your vibrational frequency? Let go, and let go of that which is no longer serving you, forgive others, let go. I've never seen a soul come to chat through me for anyone tell me, oh, I really want that person to grieve after me. I want that person to be sad. I've never, ever, if anything, it's the absolute extreme opposite. We are the ones that inflict, any entrenched low vibrational thinking and energy upon ourselves. They're just trying to help us free ourselves. They want us to free ourselves and slow this down and create that stillness. It's also known as defragmenting our minds. What is a book that I recommend till the day I die? I will recommend this book because this book will help to defragment your mind, which is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. And I don't recommend just reading it once. I recommend reading it once a year. All right, we're moving along here. Yeah, they're all labels. That's right, Jennifer. Yep. So I don't take labels too seriously. I'm not taking this life experience too seriously either. I'm actually here to enjoy this experience. And I know that's what my soul set forth to do before coming here. My soul didn't come here and say, oh, this is going to be a slugger. Although there are moments where I have had my moments of learning. Whichever one resonates with you. What resonates with you? Where are you pulled? What word is highlighted for you? That's the one I would move in that direction. Yay! You made it! Ireland's in the house. So any personal questions, I'm going to try to over. And I'm going to, yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, Gabriel hasn't been around for a little while. Usually he comes into the readings that I have, taps me on the back of the head or tickles my nose to get my attention. And a lot of my friends, Jacqueline, Gabriel would always come and chat with you, but he hasn't been around. So he's powering up right now. That's what Archangel Michael was saying. And so there's a lot happening on the planet right now. I think there's so much more than what we can currently even conceive of. So when we don't see an archangel or an ascended master for a while, yeah, they're powering up and getting ready for the next stage, right? Of the global consciousness awakening. And they're helping us. So they've got to be prepared themselves. I was like, he's powering up. What does that mean? When's he coming back? Yeah. So yeah, that's a good question. Like, is Gabriel gonna be? Yeah. Do you want to say anything on that? Archangel Michael just said, "No, it's your show." All right, then. One really great way that you can open your clairvoyance is you can ask your team to open your upper chakras. But get prepared if you have headaches, head pressure, lightheadedness, and you may need to ask them to step back. It's not going to stop it, but it will slow it down a bit. So it's more comfortable for you. But when you want these chakras to open further, that will open up your clairvoyance. I didn't know what clairvoyance was going to be like. I thought, I'm going to see a whole bunch of stuff in front of me. It's going to freak me out. It's nothing like that. There are times where I'll see energy. I know who it is. I know who's walking in. I can see the form of them. Or I'll see a brilliant white light. But I'm not like shocked or anything like that. sometimes I think the anticipation of something or what you think it's going to be and maybe the hesitancy of it might block it as well. So I would recommend just going with the flow, relaxing. And if that's something that interests you, you can go ahead and do that and make that request. If it's not going to happen and you feel nothing after the request, then I would say your team feels as though maybe it's not the right time for that to open. I always go based on what they see because they see everything. So am I going to go with my limited perspective, or am I going to go with my angel's broad perspective of seeing everything? I do have my say. I'm not sitting here going, yeah, my angel told me to do this, so that's what I'm going to do. No, I actually will ask some questions. I want guidance. I want to learn. I want to know why this, why that, right? Poor team of angels. But I think they would prefer that we ask them questions rather than just sitting here going, all right. So I'm just going to go up to the top here. Our angels would never trade us in. The amount of love that they have for us is beyond whatever is happening in this seeming 3D reality. So we get all worked up and this, that, and the other, and they just sit there and wait. They wait for us to ask them for help. Okay. And some lifetimes you're going to learn certain things, and then your next lifetime is meant for these things to be learning. We're not meant to be perfect here. But if you can hone in on your own vibrational frequency and start moving in the direction that you would like to see your life, like to see your thoughts, like to see your energy move in. Most of us are kind of tied into what other people think or their thoughts or their opinions of us. I would recommend moving in a different direction. Since I'm responsible for my own frequency, right? Oh yeah, Angels in My Hair by Lorna Byrne. I love that book. It takes practice, Anne. It takes practice. You know, when you still your mind in high school and you daydreamed? Practice a minute of a still mind 3 times a day. Okay, here goes my minute. Tune out. You don't have to have thought all the time. In fact, you'd probably have a healthier mind if you didn't. All right, so I'm just going to see what the last few words from Agnes are. She says, each of you are responsible for your own thoughts. She's calling wayfare. You're responsible for your own wayfare. This is her word, wayfare. I don't know all the words. You're all responsible for your own vibrational frequency. And in time, as the planet evolves and grows and shifts higher in vibrational frequency, you will want to move in this direction. You will want to lift yourselves up and out of what Kristin calls the trenches. This is the path forward. This is the path ahead. She says, thank you, dear ones. Have a wonderful Sunday, everyone. And I'm coming back live on the 27th. I'm coming live with Ashley Cunningham and Alyssa Reynolds on the 27th because we have a really special announcement for everybody. And no, I'm not going to give you no hints. And again, if you are interested in signing up for the Mediumship 101 course coming up June 1st for an entire month for $199, you can come to my website at KristinDaviesMedium.com, or you can come and locate me on my Facebook page, Kristin Davies page. You can come to my YouTube channel, Kristin Davies. Yes, you are so, so welcome. I love all of you, and have a wonderful weekend.